Hi, I'm Gonu, a postdoc in UCLA. Today, I'm going to talk about our recent study on understanding the effects of exposing academic degrees in science-related online communities. This study was done with my collaborators in QCRI, IBS, and KAIST. Online communities have strived to host high-quality content, but it is almost impossible to manually evaluate the content quality published every day. So they start to use a crowdsourcing voting mechanism to evaluate content quality. So this mechanism makes their users evaluate content quality published by other users. So this gives a voted score to each content. And this further enables to promote high quality content having high scores. However, there are known several limitations of online reputation mechanism. First, course start problem. Newly arrived users do not have enough number of records to be evaluated, so we cannot estimate the content quality for those users. Second, holding behaviors. Human evaluation scores can be biased toward existing scores, so we cannot estimate content quality properly in certain cases. So several websites start to use an alternative by bringing social status from other established networks or from real world. For example, websites such as Quora can show academic degree or job applications to other users. And this exposed offline information help other users estimate content quality shared by the users who expose degree information. And this mechanism makes sense, but the effects of it have not been thoroughly investigated in a data-driven way in previous works. So we focus on the two online communities which use a similar reputation mechanism that borrow external social status from real world. The first community is Ready Science. This community is a place to share and discuss new scientific research. So they only allow to share peer-reviewed scientific articles published in less than 6 months. So they have a more formal conversational culture on science. And in the second community are Everything Science. They also cover science, but they don't have such limitation on the content formality. So they own more casual conversational culture on science. In these two communities, they have in common in the use of flare mechanism. Flare mechanism is a batch-like feature in Reddit websites, so each moderator in subreddits can customize the use of flare mechanism. And in two communities, they use the flare to show an academic degree of a person if they want. So if users send the degree proof to the community moderators manually evaluate it, and this information is shown through a batch after getting verified. So by using the verified degree information and longitudinal scientific discussion logs, we want to answer these two research questions. First, how does exposing one's academic degree as a borrowed reputation affect community feedback on that user's future posts? How would the effects vary across the two subreddits having a different conversational culture? So we first collected the dataset of the two communities from the push-shift dataset. Second, we aggregate the degree information into 4 groups based on its natural degree hierarchy. So the highest degree group is doctoral degree, and the lowest degree group is currently bachelor. So by using the verified degree information, we first compare the amount of community feedback between those degree groups. And across the 3 different measures on community feedback, we observe that the size of community feedback is clearly correlated with the degree hierarchy. But we already know other characteristics that can make an impact on community feedback, right? So for example, if a content covers a more interesting topic, they will foster more fruitful discussions and they will receive more high votes. So, and we believe that the highest degree individuals might be likely to share some more interesting topics on these communities. So they may receive high community feedback, not just because of their degree, but just because of high content quality shared by them. So what I mean is, to understand the effects of exposing academic degrees, we should control for the effects of other factors which could affect community feedback other way around. So that's exactly where propensity score matching is applied to answering our research questions. So we cannot go into details of this method here, but the basic idea is, instead of using the entire set for comparison, this framework makes use of a subset having a balanced distribution in terms of covariates. Covariates are non-confounding variables affecting community feedback, such as user reputation and content quality. So for example, to capture content quality, we did topping modeling on Reddit post. And by using those information, we train a propensity model, and propensity model is in charge of finding a balanced distribution for the degree type we are interested in. And this analysis framework returns a single value called EATE, which stands for Estimated Average Treatment Effect. And this value quantifies advantages or disadvantages of exposing academic degree on community feedback. So from the observations from the two different communities, we found that the highest degree group holders gained a larger amount of community feedback compared to the similar post shared by similar person without the degree information. So this suggests that there could exist a positivity bias toward the highest degree individuals. So it could be represented by the community feedback. This possibly biased evaluation toward the highest degree individuals could be explained by halo effect. Halo effect is a psychological effect saying a possibly evaluated trait could affect future evaluation on the same person's other trait, even though those traits are not directly related. For example, in our case, the PhD degree could give a positive impression on general people, and they could evaluate the content quality of the PhD degree higher, not just because of their high content quality, but because of their degree itself. So it might be good for our community in a way that they could have more some active discussion between educated individuals. But we want to say that the skewed attention might discourage the participation of general users because general people cannot achieve that degree information. So it could ultimately harm the overall community, and future community designers need to consider the potential negative effects of exposing some academic degrees and or some offline social status. We believe this data set is really unique in a way that we have a set of validated the degree information for each user, and we can access the degree discussion logs over a long time on science topics. So this data set could be used to answering future research questions potentially related to science. And thank you for your attention. And the details of this study could be found in our recent published ICWSM paper this year. And you could check the code on propensity score analysis as well in the following GitHub repository. Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to take any questions.